Hey everybody, welcome back in to another episode of Lockdown Update with me, your host. This week was pretty great. It all got kicked off with this massive party that my brother had over at his place, and we played a concert. But before we played the concert, I had to build a stage. And because we didn't have a stage, we used this 1970s old Ford flatbed pickup truck that was pretty awesome, and here's how the evolution of truck to stage went. And then our friends Wyatt McCubbin and Aaron Ratier came out, and we all played a show. And then, to cap it all off, like we do all of our parties, we had a little fire in the backyard.
Jesus Christ Almighty.
And now it's time for our newest segment to Lockdown Update called, You Know What I Mean When That Thing Happens Sometimes? It's kind of weird, but it happens sometimes, you know? So last week when we were leaving the show in Crossville, Tennessee, we saw this giant sign that said Badcock. And we were like, that's kind of weird. And then the next morning I wake up and I read a story about some musician named Cockburn. And then that afternoon I turned on the TV and the Tennessee Vols were playing the South Carolina Gamecocks. And then later that day I was looking on Facebook and Howard Stern notified me that it was Cocktober. And honestly I could keep going on, but I'd hate to seem like I was being too cocky. And that concludes the very first edition of You Know What I Mean When That Thing Happens Sometimes? That's kind of weird, but it happens sometimes, you know? Another fun thing we did this week was play a porch party in Sylvan Park here in Nashville with our good buddies Jenny Lee and Adam Wakefield. Check it out. And that was going to be it for this week's Lockdown Update, but I just walked out my door and saw a bunch of dinosaurs hanging out in my backyard. So instead, this will be the one where I say, that's about it for this week from Lockdown Update. Thanks for watching, and we hope we see you next time. Mwah.